It's Pride Month again. So in this look, I'm gonna go ahead and show a little bit of my rainbow colors in my, own version. I'm hoping that you guys like it. It's actually already in my head.
I don't mind losing friends, but you, I can't lose you. You know too much. So it's either friendship or death.
Hi guys! I'm very excited to do this look. I've been wanting to do this the entire time that I had my vacation, but I didn't. I was just lazy. I'm just lazy, so I didn't. So now, finally, I'm gonna do it. The first thing that we're gonna do is to apply our primer. Oh wait a minute, I forgot I need to tie my hair. It's getting in the way. Now I have my head cap on, and now I'm gonna start putting on my primer. So since this look is inspired by Pride, I'm gonna tell you some, gay topics and stuff. The next one is to hide my eyebrows. It also serves as a protection for my brows. I actually come from a religious family where Catholics. And the thing about me is my family, in my father's side, we already have I have a lot of queer cousins. We don't have gay cousins, maybe you're the gay cousin. Don't know if you heard of that. And I believe some of them haven't come out yet. So, like I said, I have gay cousins, lesbians, gays, queers. I also have a trans cousin, so I'm very proud of them all. When my father was still alive, we really haven't had the talk, but I really think that he always saw the gay in me. I really think that he expected that I'd be coming out like someday, but it didn't come to that, he already passed away before I actually came out to the world, show what I really am. I think in his head, he's like, my son's gonna be gay. In my family's side, I've got a lot of them. My father wanted me to join in the army before. That was a dream of his, to join the army, but then because of height requirements, he wasn't able to. And then he kind of wanted me to, carry that dream, but I didn't. I became a nurse. He just let me. He was so loving and accepting, and whatever I wanted, he just supports that all the way. So, but that being said, I really can't imagine though. I'm still not sure how my father would react to me being what I am. Okay, so when I was still younger, I also used to date girls. Actually, I juggle them. I date girls and I date guys, and sometimes, I was a, typical teenager. I'm not gonna. No, that's kind of private. I'm not gonna tell that. I'm like the kind of guy who's kind of gay. I don't want to label myself. If a good man would come to my life, then as my partner, then okay, I'll accept that. If a good woman would come into my life and be my partner, okay, I'd accept that as well. It's like I'm an open book, an open restaurant, 24/7. I'm just kidding. Now what I'm gonna do is to cover my brows with foundation and powder. Or powder and foundation, whichever comes first. When I was in elementary, I remember this so well. I think it's gonna haunt me like for life. When I was in 4th grade, I had a fight with a girl, and it was so angry at her. I really can't remember what the fight was all about. We hurt each other, and I'm telling you, it was so humiliating. When I remember it right now, when I think of it, I earth swallow me whole. We pulled each other's hair. I pulled her hair so good.
Oh,
no, she still remembers this because a boy beat her ass on 5th grade, or was that in 4th grade? I still remember her name until now. And when I was in 6th grade, I also had to fight with a girl too, and I also had to fight with a boy too. But that was for a couple years. That was a very long fight. We just didn't talk to each other. But, it was different. But with girls, we were physical. I had a fight with a boy too, but it was just like, how kids are. And we didn't really hit each other. That was it. So right now I'm using a concealer that's from Maybelline New York. and I'm putting it on my eyebrows to hide it. I know that they have this hunch that I was already gay, you know, but they just, you know, that's the thing with the people that were around me. They don't really confront me of my sexuality. It's not a big shit, you know what I mean? So my friends, when I was in fourth year high school, I talked to my friends and said, you know what, I have something to tell you, but please don't tell it to anybody. And I was like, I had a crush on this person that was a classmate. I had a crush on this person, and I did the voodoo thing on him. That was true. I was into witchcraft at the time. And one of my friends said, "Oh my God, is that real? I used to have a crush on you." It's just like, okay, girl, we can still figure that out. That's when I started to like embrace what I am, you know. From then on, I started dating with other guys and girls at the same time until I reached college, you know, just when I started blooming. Oh fudge, I forgot to put on my lenses again. I put foundation, concealer, powder, and all the jazz only on this eye and the surrounding area and on my mouth. I'm gonna change my lenses. I'm gonna have a different color for this eye and another color for this eye. So after a very long discussion with myself, I ended up having these lenses. I'm using contact lenses from TTDI. I can still see with this other eye, but it's kind of blurry. It's kind of white mesh kind of thing, but I can still see a bit through it. And with this one, this is also a prescription colored lens, so it's all good, real good. Now I'm gonna start to do my eyelids I'm gonna paint them on using Maroon makeup. First with the color black as my base. Anyway guys, I've been putting the list of the products that I use down in the description below. You can go ahead and check on them. After this, back to the story. During my father's funeral, my friends came over and of course my mother was there, and then she approached us and talked to us and was like, yeah, now that your father's gone, you'll be like the head of the family now. You'll be helping me with your sister. And then after that, I was shocked. My friends were there listening, and then my mother went like, and son, whatever you are, I accept you. I accept you for whatever you are. And we were like, I just looked at my friends and like, Mama, stop talking. So it's like my mother outed me in front of my friends. Okay, usually it takes me a very, very long time to do this on my eyelid because I'm really not good at doing, you know, eyeshadows and eyelids and stuff like that. No. Can I do it, you know, not in front of the camera so that it won't mess up? I'm sorry, Kat. I need to.
Thousands of tears later.
Okay, so it's not actually final. I'm gonna have to fill it in with black color because this is just the base. And yeah, so we'll do that. So after that, I actually got closer with my mother. And then I started accepting myself as well and started thinking like, okay, what the fuck, my family accepts me, so why the hell would I bother about what other people say about me, about my sexuality and the stuff that I do? You know what I mean? There are a lot of members of the LGBTQI community that are away from home or that are driven away from home because of their sexuality, and I find that very sad, and I cannot completely relate to it, but I really hope that someday people, you know, all people would learn to just accept others for who and what they are. Now I'm gonna start applying eyeshadow, the rainbows, on this eye. I'm gonna start with violet. Wait a minute, what are the colors of the rainbow? I'm just kidding. So we're gonna start with red. Gonna blend that in. The next color, orange. So you just keep on doing that to the rest of the colors of the rainbow until you end up here. So this. The next step that we're gonna do is to just go over the black portion with a metallic eyeshadow, you know, the same color, the corresponding color. I mean, metallic or anything glittery. So we're gonna start with violet, applying it just on that space where the black paint is. I'm sorry, I'm not really good at terms, so we're gonna be doing that to the rest of the rainbow colors, and yeah, voila. So, oh, look at that green. She's not kidding. She's not kidding. We're gonna go to the lips, so we're gonna do the same process, basically. I'm gonna use the pencil first to outline my lips so that I won't mess up. We're gonna paint it in now, so with black, of course. So that's it. Now we're gonna put on our eyeshadows on the lips. It's ironic, isn't it? That's it for the rainbow colors. No, not yet. So we're gonna add metallic on the black, the darker part of my lips. No, directly on my lips. What the heck am I saying? You know what? I don't know. I don't know if I'm really allowed to say this, but I think I am. I believe that homophobes are as terrible as racists, you know? And if you're a person of color, a POC, and a member of the LGBTQI community at the same time, in other countries, in other areas of the world, you're like this menace, you know what I mean? You're like an abomination to them. There are still people like that. They're not extinct yet, fortunately. Okay, so that's it. I'm just kidding, we're not done yet. Now what we're gonna do is to put on our prosthetics, our wax. I actually just made this wax myself. It's made out of petroleum jelly and flour. So I hope it's gonna stick well. I hope it's gonna work. So I'm planning to put it around my mouth and around my eyes. It's like my skin opened up and showed this inner rainbow color of mine. I'm gonna use spirit gum. So I'm gonna glue this thing on. Just enough for me to make sure that I can still get it off afterwards. Should have started with my eye, because now I can't really quite move my mouth, because if I will, it might break out. So I'm gonna put sealant on the surroundings, hopefully for it not to fall off. I'm gonna paint my face, my entire body black. Before I paint my entire body black, I'm gonna put on my elf ears. My nose is itchy. I'm telling you, one sneeze and we're done. Ta-da! That was more difficult than I expected. I'm using this to blend in the paint and to cover up some patches. So I'm gonna do the same shape like I did here, but this time I'm gonna use white and I'm not gonna black it out. I did my best, guys. So now I'm gonna apply the trick that I learned from art school. Let's see if I went there. I'm gonna use some brush and I'm gonna use the white paint and sprinkle some white paint on my face. I'm gonna put in my wig. I got my wig. It looks really thirsty. You know what to expect. It's a cheap one. Got these. They are made from newspapers, so I can bend them because they put wires on them. I'm gonna use my wax and put it here so that it's gonna look like it's attached to my head, the crown. So now I'm gonna paint it black as well. Ta-da! I also made these myself. They're made of newspaper and I just painted them on with spray paint. So I'm gonna put them on and then that's it. Ta-da! So that's it. Thank you very much for watching this video. If you have any other suggestions and questions and stuff like that, please don't forget to leave your comments down below. And I hope to see you again on the next one. Bye!